DNC wrapped up in Chicago last night after VP Kamala Harris officially accepted her party's nomination for president. WENY's Alicia Solorzano spoke with our political analyst, Dr. Jim Twombly, about Harris's speech and the impact of the DNC on this year's election cycle moving forward. Alicia?
Nick, Dr. Twombly had plenty to say about the bump that the Democratic Party and the Harris-Walz ticket is receiving after the DNC. With a little over 70 days left in this election cycle, Dr. Twombly said the DNC's social impacts have the potential to make a real difference in November's election. Vice President Harris's acceptance speech on the last night at the DNC might prove vital to her campaign for the White House.
You can also expect to see a little bit of a bump for Kamala Harris in the polls. She's already gotten a substantial bump from the nearly flawless rollout of the campaign, the introduction of Tim Walz, and she may get a little bit more help in about a month from the Federal Reserve with lowered interest rates.
Harris spoke on her background and gave some insight into how she would operate as president. Twombly says there were many important takeaways, but said Harris made one point that serves as a reminder to voters.
I may be a different race or ethnicity than my running mate, but we're both from middle class backgrounds, and we bring those middle class values to our service.
But one big thing that could play in Harris's favor, she isn't Joe Biden or Donald Trump. And former President Trump had a lot to say about Harris's speech.
Trump's going to continue to do that, but I don't know that it's going to fly with the American voters, because a large chunk of them, again, not necessarily Democrats, are just tired of the same old thing. And Harris-Walz is new.
Going forward, Trump and Harris will take the debate stage on September 10th. Twombly says he believes a strong performance by Harris could help supercharge her momentum to the White House.
The prosecutor in her may have a little bit of an impact, and I use little just sort of cautiously. It might have a major impact to see a prosecutor go after Trump on these issues and his character and credibility and so forth.
Campaign season is now in full gear since a Democratic and Republican candidate have been officially selected. But with a little over 2 months until this election, there is still plenty that could happen between now and then that could impact this race. Nick?